Alright, so here we are, one of the elephants. Cool thing about these guys.
YouTube used to be so incredibly filled with passion, and now it's become a hyper-edited, attention-exploitative platform, more about raking in as much money as possible from a trend beaten to death, rather than making something that you're passionate about. And to see how this change happened, we're going to have to skip forward a little from 2005. A YouTuber named MrBeast, or Jimmy, counts to 100,000 in one recording. It took him 40 hours and it evidently paid off. It got thousands upon thousands of views just within the first few days and is now sitting on a little over 30 million. But after seeing the success of this video, he attempts to recreate it, counted to 200,000, currently sitting on 4 million views as of when I'm writing this. And it seems that people loved these videos, where it'd be one long huge recording of the most boring tasks known to man. This success is evident if you look at these videos. For example, this video watching Dance Till You're Dead for 10 hours is now on over 50 million views. And I know what you're thinking. What does any of this have to do with why YouTube is terrible now? It's a valid question, and the answer is that I believe MrBeast and many other creators like him are the first dominoes of many in the line of the eventual fall of YouTube. Let me tell you why. MrBeast, after this newfound success, starts to scale up his videos, as anyone would, right? If you count to 100,000, you're not going to make a sequel counting to 5,000. So, he then turns to giving away money, which I do believe is a good thing. I won't be one of those people that bar humbug MrBeast for giving away stuff to people and recording it, because I do truly believe he's doing good things. But he keeps replicating this success with videos such as donating $10,000 to random Twitch streamers or donating $30,000 to Ninja. As you can see, there's a very obvious trend here, and he still does this today. However, these videos sparked a trend, and one that slowly evolved into creators chasing increasingly extreme concepts to hold on to attention. Because once you've scaled up, you can't scale back down. Not just counting or repeating actions for hours, but giving away stupid amounts of money, getting people to participate in huge challenges, and producing content that anybody would want to be a part of. I think MrBeast's Squid Game is a phenomenal example, if not the best. And this would all be fine, but nothing can be perfect, causing the issue of attention span to arise. If all these videos were uploaded without as much bright, flashy effects, a lot of these kids wouldn't be as interested, resulting in them starting to change their editing styles to cater more towards younger audiences, even at the cost of their attention span. Like, how do we go from 20-minute uncut Minecraft Let's Plays to these huge spectacles with effects every second? It happened gradually, but it happened. And eventually a lot of other different types of YouTubers started to follow suit, attempting to replicate this success. And without knowing it, it started the decline of YouTube. Like, if the video didn't start with you reinforcing the title in the first 10 seconds and 40 different effects in the first 15, it'd fail. These creators believed that these kids would immediately lose interest, which would have never happened if they didn't change to cater to the attention spans that they aided in destroying. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that MrBeast and other copycats single-handedly ruined attention spans, because they didn't. But they aided in it, and that's bad enough. And this, I wholeheartedly believe, is one of the worst things to ever happen to YouTube. Let's even play a quick game. Let's watch 15 seconds of an Urrak video and see how much has been edited in. We'll be keeping count of everything with a little counter at the top.
I in a grocery store and wondered, how long could you secretly live here without getting caught? Luckily for you, I'm going to the most extreme lengths in order to find out. With the first day of my brand new life starting right.
Isn't it insane how much there is? How many people are being desensitized to this much happening, one thing after the other? The bright colours, the random graphics, the sound effects, the music, and that's only within the first 15 seconds. I can't even begin to fathom what watching a whole video would be like. Have you seen what kids are like now? And I'm not saying every kid is like this, but it's a large majority. A great example I found of what it's like is from a Reddit user named SirMaddox1312. I got to witness what kind of brain rot is being fed to kids firsthand, and it's depressing. I was hanging out with my parents and their friends today. Their friends have a 7-year-old son. I was sitting there in my living room while this kid was watching YouTube videos on an iPad. The stuff he was watching was the most brain-rotted slop I've ever seen. It was compilation videos where they were using clips of an animated children's show, mixed in with meme sounds, loud sounds, and extremely fast-paced cuts. From my perspective as a 23-year-old man, it just seemed like a bunch of random stuff thrown together and sounded incredibly annoying. But this kid was glued to the screen and couldn't stop laughing. He just kept watching video upon video of the slop and completely engaged. It was as if these videos were engineered to hold his child's attention and constant bombardment of stimulation. No wonder the attention spans of the coming generations are getting absolutely nuked. And sure, this kid wasn't watching large-scale events constructed by YouTubers in this example, but the odds that they do are pretty high. And these kids aren't going to get out of this cycle, because let's say you were to take the iPad away or turn off whatever they're watching, the tantrum they would throw. I mean, they'd get bored so incredibly quick, and bored children lash out. How many kids now are going to sit down and enjoy watching all the Pokemon Indigo League? A lot less than 15 years ago, or even 5. So, to stop the kid from screaming, they're going to give the kid back the iPad and continue in this never-ending cycle. It will destroy us. If this continues, it will destroy us. I am positive about that. This cycle is more toxic than people realise, and unlike others, it's close to impossible to break. There's a song by Bo Burnham named Welcome to the Internet, and I feel it very well describes the effect of giving a child an iPad instead of properly taking care of them, which I feel perfectly fits with this topic of Mr. Beast and creators like him playing into the cycle of lesser attention spans. But these all flow perfectly into the next topic I want to talk about. I think the lack of originality on YouTube currently is a plague, and this isn't just true to YouTube. Some great pieces of media such as Breaking Bad have copycats, such as Metastasis, which is just far worse than the original for so many reasons. I really recommend this video by Lancelotti. I'll put a link to it in the description, it's a great video. However, there's a key difference between a copycat of a TV show or movie and a copycat of someone like Mr. Beast. And the key difference? The original is not good. I firmly believe Mr. Beast does not make good videos. I'm sure that's a very subjective opinion, however I truly believe it. I could not tell you the last good Mr. Beast video, the last one I watched and felt something. But I mean, to be able to further perpetuate my point here, you need to ask what makes a good video. And so, I'd like to break it down into 3 points. Passion, quality, and character. Passion is so stupidly, insanely important. If someone makes a video on something they're not super passionate about, you can tell. A great example of this would be one of my favourite YouTubers ever, Jacksepticeye. He went through times where he'd play games just to play them because a lot of other people were enjoying them and he wouldn't, resulting in less fun to watch videos and a huge mental toll on him. And this isn't just exclusive to him, other creators such as Jaden Animations have opened up about this. But when you can tell they genuinely enjoy what they're doing, like most recently with Jacksepticeye in Schedule 1, it's been a while since I watched a fully, mostly uncut series, especially one as long as a Schedule 1, but he enjoys it, and it shows. Secondly, quality is important, and sure the quality of the video is important, like having your video be at least 720p, but that's not really what I mean. I mean talking about the quality of the product. To put this simply, we can go back to Breaking Bad. Walter and Jesse could mass produce made meth, but Walter refuses and so does Jesse. Eventually, 96% pure, they work on the meth they create because they care about the quality. They're passionate. This works just as much for YouTube. High quality videos give me just as much as high quality meth did for Tuco. When you can tell someone really has put their all into a video, refined it, polished it, before sending it out into the world, it shows. Whether that be with a god tier script, or stunning visuals, or creating an atmosphere to be exactly how they wanted, they make good quality videos. I know I keep bringing up examples like a manipulator asking the last time they did something bad, but Nextpo is just one of the highest quality YouTubers I've ever seen. If you haven't ever watched anything of his, I highly encourage you to. And finally, character. Personality is important. You have to let your personality shine through on what you create if it's something that you're passionate about. That's like me making a video on why YouTube sucks now and not talking about the things that I find interesting. Would you want to watch Stampy play in his lovely world without him talking to the audience and making jokes? What I'm trying to say is that the creator has to be there, and I don't mean physically on camera, but emotionally in the video. The voice, the quirks, and the humour. Think back to early YouTube. Part of why it was so good was because creators were weird, unique, and unpolished. That's what made them special. I mean, think back to Dan TDM. He literally conversed with a Minecraft villager while trying out different Minecraft mods. We're losing that. Because once the focus becomes about reaching the broadest audience possible, creators start chipping off pieces of themselves. It's safer, but it's less meaningful. I want to establish a connection with someone I watch. I want to know what they think of the media I enjoy. You don't get that with a lot of the creators behind these large-scale productions or YouTubers that use AI for everything. Cough. And now that we've established what a good video consists of, I'd like to show you why MrBeast did not make good videos. Starting with passion. Does this look like a passionate happy man to you? I believe it if someone told me the image on the left is unedited. You watch the videos and he just feels so lifeless, and you can't help but feel that. It genuinely makes me feel for him, because I think he's gone so far into the type of content that he's doing now, and due to his audience, it's pretty much impossible to turn it around and still have all 465 million subscribers stick with him. If you go back to his earlier videos, you can see the passion. No joke, this was the first MrBeast video I've watched in years and have enjoyed it. He's passionate. You can tell he's knowledgeable in what he's talking about, and that's so important. That's what separates him now from 12 years ago. Do you think that MrBeast would talk as passionately right now about him getting some random guy to play a football match against Messi as he would about Pokemon 12 years ago? Secondly, quality. Now, to be completely honest, I'm not going to spit on MrBeast and say his videos are low effort, because they're not. I think him and his team put a lot of effort into the videos. But what is quality without passion? And I think the only problem with the quality of the product MrBeast and his team creates is that most of it is his team. MrBeast just shows up, says a few sentences, and leaves a contestant and team to do what they do best. I can't tell you how much I'd love a MrBeast video created by him and a handful of other people. Something Jimmy is really interested in. Something that allows the viewers to see that he actually has a personality and that he enjoys things, not just some ATM endlessly spewing money out at other people. And before anyone says, are you trying to say that it's not good that he's giving out money? No, I'm not saying that. I just want to see that he can do other things apart from that. I appreciate that he's given so much back to people, but I'd like to see him do something that he finds enjoyable from beginning to end, because the more the passion, the higher the quality. And finally, character. I think this also goes hand in hand with passion. If I were to watch a video by MrBeast, I would not be able to tell you anything about who he really is. He feels almost non-human, like he's just a robot that was made to sort of imitate him and just read everything in the same tone and pitch. I don't feel any sort of life from him. He just does the same expressions all the time, and it makes it hard to connect with him. It also makes me feel a little uneasy. I do believe MrBeast is a good person with good intentions, but no one becomes a billionaire ethically. In short, YouTube has so much originality, and with it passion, and with that you lose enjoyment. This will only keep happening when MrBeast falls off and there's a new person to start a new trend. And I'm not saying that you can't take an idea off of someone, because that's stupid. I think inspiration is a great thing. Without inspiration, we wouldn't have any sort of art or music. And the amazing thing about inspiration is that you can be inspired by someone to do something, and then you can do it even better than them. Was the first ever musician the best? You probably can't even name the first musician, and it doesn't even matter, because countless people have been inspired by them, and since then they've been improving. The amount of content that exists that is designed to take away as much of your life from you as possible is ludicrous. Why do you give them it? Why do you let your child waste their lives watching the same slop content all day, every day? Why the fuck do they think that them copying MrBeast and making the most unoriginal, time-wasting piece of content is worthy of your attention? And they spend almost every waking hour of every day thinking about how they can get more of your time. It's a never-ending cycle where they think about getting your attention all the time, and you give them that attention, because what more do you want than to forget about all your problems while consuming mass amounts of media to keep your brain stimulated? It's hell, and no one will do anything to stop it, because sure, it's one of the lowest forms of content to exist, but it's still content, and therefore people will always consume no matter the quality. I've spent months working on this video, going through more than you could imagine to be able to make it, learning as much as I can to make the highest quality product I can at this time, and I'll barely get recognised, if at all. And I work for these 30 minutes that I get your attention, and even then I could be on in the background. Nothing in the world is more valuable than your time. I'm not saying that I'm the thing that's worth it, but I'm telling you to seek better. There's better than Matthew Bean, there's better than MrBeast, and there's far better than me. I think that going into anything, your expectations shouldn't be the lowest it can be, so you're not disappointed by the outcome. If you're passionate enough to be disappointed by it, you're passionate enough to change it. So please don't let them keep wasting away your life. Everyone watching can agree, YouTube ads suck for a few different reasons, and I'd like to touch on ads for each platform because all of them are just as equally important. Firstly, I'd like to talk about it on desktop, because it's nowhere near as bad, for the sole reason of ad blockers. If you're not using one already and you're on a platform where you're able to, I urge you to. Even the FBI advises you to use one. But that's really all I have to say for desktop. You still get ads while scrolling, but it's nowhere near to the level of mobile. It's pretty usable ad-wise, which is what I'd say if I was a liar. I feel the ad problem for console, TV and desktop is fairly similar. You can get ads every 1 to 2 minutes and at the beginning of almost every video you click on, and you're most likely to be hit with multiple ads which can range from anywhere from 5 seconds to 15. But if it's a 5-second ad, it's most likely one of two, resulting in you in being forced to watch the second one for at least 5 seconds as well. The fact that ads can't be skipped all the time after 5 seconds is one thing, the fact that they can be longer than 15 and unskippable is another, and I could genuinely excuse it for the most part if it was just 2 ads at the start of the video and then the rest of the video is adless. But no, you can get an ad every 1 to 2 minutes, sometimes even less than that, so if you watch a 10-minute long video, you're gonna probably spend an extra few minutes on ads alone. This honestly makes YouTube feel unusable at times. Do you remember the good old days when ads were just banners at the bottom of your screen? Well, I do. I get to think about it every 1 to 2 minutes while whatever I'm watching is being interrupted. But the time has come. I've saved the best for last, the one you've probably all heard about, mobile ads. If you go into r/YouTube, you will see thousands of posts about the ads on there. This is for mainly one reason. The amount of NSFW ads is insane, and it's unavoidable. There are millions of kids that are exposed to this stuff. Like this example from Vegetable Lion on Reddit. My 7-year-old nephew was watching Loserfruit, a Fortnite streamer, and then came up to me asking what Loserfruit was doing because this ad started playing. I've included a picture of Loserfruit in the second picture so I can see why he was confused, but he ran up to me because he was watching off of his mum's phone and I literally yelled no. He just asked me what is she doing and why isn't she playing a game. Like what the fuck, YouTube? YouTube being a site so heavy on age restrictions, channel strikes and terminations for so much less, for them to just allow these ads to be displayed on their platform for anyone to see is mind-boggling. Just imagine if in a video somebody showed these ads. That video would be taken down so extremely fucking quickly. YouTube would then probably give a strike just as a cherry on top, so why are they allowing it on the platform? YouTube needs an ad approval system. This is a multi-billion-dollar company, and yet they would rather gain a few extra million by displaying porn to children. Even though it's your child having this stuff displayed to them, it's your niece, it's your nephew, it's your little brother, it's your little sister. At what point is anybody going to be able to do anything? At what point would YouTube stop? But there's almost nothing I can do. This topic is a huge reason as to why I'm making this video. I care for the younger generation a lot, because whether you like it or not, they are the future. All I can ask is that if you see any sort of ad like this, please report them. Or if you're a parent, just please monitor what your kids are exposed to just a little more closely. Don't just give them an iPad and let them rot their brains away all day. Because at the end of the day, this is what we can do. So if you'd like to attempt to create any sort of a difference, please take my advice. YouTube, which wants you to be a site about displaying your creativity, uploading the songs you made, singing along to the theme songs you like, telling people about your day at the zoo, has now become this lifeless machine designed to rake in as much money as possible from people, no matter what they have to show them, no matter how much of their time they have to waste, no matter how dead it feels. And that's what YouTube has become now. I remember when I was 6 years old, I watched Tribalistic Squid's Minecraft series Race to the Moon. To this day, it is still one of the best things I've ever seen on YouTube. There were loads of people on a Minecraft server just having fun. They were so extremely entertaining. They didn't put 50 different effects in the first 15 seconds. I could just watch it, relax and have fun. That's what kids don't have today. They don't have a race to the moon. They have last to leave the circle wins $1 million or beat Messi to win 500,000. I couldn't be more grateful towards Stampy, Squid and Supercharge for making their journey as interesting as it was and giving 6-year-old me something in life to be happy about. They showed me what real friends looked like. Without them I wouldn't be here today. All that I can hope is that one day my kids enjoy something as much as I did Race to the Moon. But that's only possible if you help.